Hi and welcome to Rise and Thrive Yoga. I'm Kristen and today I have for you an awesome Rise and Thrive full body yoga flow. So we're just going to start by connecting with our breath, finding a downward gaze. Roll your shoulders down and back, expand through your chest, and take a few deep breaths to connect with your mind and body as we get ready to practice together today. And as we take our last breath, you can set an intention for your practice today, how you want to show up, maybe what you're hoping to work on, and how you'd like to feel at the end of this practice. And on your next exhale, opening your eyes or lifting your gaze, bringing your hands out to the side, palms up, fingertips up, inhaling both arms up, reach up, look up, and then exhaling, hands back down, palms facing down, floating down. Awesome. Flipping our palms again, inhaling both arms up, reach up, look up, stretching through that whole upper body, exhaling, palms float back to the mat. Again, flipping the palms one more time. Really nice strong fingertips as we inhale, reach up, look up, and then exhale, floating everything back down. Awesome, great long exhale. So now I want you to make your way to standing in whatever way is easy for you. It does not need to be graceful or uniform or any way. So we're gonna start in mountain pose. So I want you to stand with your feet about hips width apart, nice slight bend in your knees, hands by your side, palms facing your hips, your thighs, really feeling your foot fully on the mat. So feeling your toes on the mat, the ball of your foot, your heel, the sides of your feet, really connecting with the mat while keeping your knees slightly bent, fingertips energetically reaching towards the mat, shoulders relaxed, heads relaxed. And then on our next inhale, we're going to inhale our arms up as we come up onto the balls of our feet. So arms just reach straight up. I know you can't see my hands, but they're just straight up above my shoulders. Fingertips are reaching up. Fingertips are spread. I'm up on the balls of my feet. And then I'm going to slowly exhale as my arms float down and my heels float down to the mat. Again, keeping that nice soft knee. We go right back into it again. So inhaling your arms up, coming up on the balls of your feet. It's okay if you're wiggle wobbly, I am. And then exhale everything back down. Awesome. Inhaling up. Exhaling slowly down. Really taking your time with this movement. We're stretching and lengthening and toning through our whole entire body right now. And engage that core, bringing your belly button towards your spine, nice and lightly, so you can still breathe. Really focusing on your breath here. Nice subtle movement. And on this next one, on your exhale, I want you to try to go as slow as you can. So exhaling through your mouth or nose, nice and slowly exhaling back down. Even if everything's down and you are still exhaling, awesome. Then when you're ready, one more time, inhaling up. And then really nice slow exhale. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna step forward just to show this to you, but you can stay right where you are. I just have the wall behind me. All right, so in mountain, we're gonna inhale our arms back up again. And then exhale, we're gonna turn to the right. Arms are gonna float to a T, to about shoulder height. So hips are still gonna be mostly facing towards the front, and we're twisting from the core. Knees are still slightly bent. Inhaling everything back up to center. extended mountain pose, and then exhaling to the left. So arms coming up to a T, fingertips really reaching out to those sides. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling back up. Palms come to touch. And then we're going to exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so I'm going to turn to my side here. You can turn to your side or face forward, but this might just give you a little bit better view, excuse me, of what we're doing. All right, so we're going to do a half sun salutation. So we're in mountain pose still. Feet are about hips width apart. Hands are by your side. Nice soft bend in those knees. And we're going to inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we're going to bend at the hips and forward fold. So really bending in those hips. Slowly forward fold, bent knees, fingertips and crown of the head come towards the mat. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift to flat back. So we're coming up, we want our back to be as flat as you can. Doesn't need to be perfect. As you can see, mine's not perfectly flat. Your palms are going to come either to your shins, your knees, your thighs, whichever feels good. Still slight bend in your knees here. And then exhale, forward fold, good bend in your knees. Chest comes to your thighs, fingertips towards the mat. And we're going to inhale everything back up to start. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Again, inhaling both arms up. We're going to do it again. Exhale, forward fold, really bending at those hips. Nice bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And stick your chest out a little bit here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring us right back up to start. And exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. I'm going to do it one more time, facing you. Excuse me. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings us right back up to start. And exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to move into warrior one. So we're going to step the right foot forward. Left foot's going to go back into warrior one. So take a minute to just really settle in here. So our right toes are facing forward. Left toes are coming out at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to bend in that knee so that your knee is stacked over your ankle. So you can kind of take a little peek down there. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just don't want that type of bend and overextending your knee. All right, so hands are on your hips. Hips are pointed forward. Really pressing off that back edge of your foot and pressing into that front foot and knee. Relax your shoulders. Inhaling both arms up. Relax the shoulders again. Palms are facing each other, straight up above your shoulders. And then we're going to inhale here and exhale. Float the arms down as we straighten that front knee into a micro bend. And then inhale, we're going to go back up. Arms go back up. Right knee bends. And exhale, float it back down. So we're just going to do this a few more times at your own pace. You know what you're doing. You can follow along with me. Focusing on your breath. One more time. Great. So once you've settled back down into our starting position, we're going to inhale back up to warrior one. We're going to take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. So our front knee staying the same. We're bent, stacked over our ankle. And this time, this leg's coming out at an angle. Your toes are facing forward, hips are facing forward, and arms are out to a T for warrior two. Gaze is going to be over those front fingers. So we're really pressing off that back side of your foot and bending that front knee. And then we're going to inhale, flip that front palm up so it's facing the ceiling. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to reverse our warrior. So left hand comes down to your left thigh, and your right hand is going to reach up and over. Then we're going to inhale back to warrior two, nice and slow. And exhale, right forearm comes to right thigh, left fingertips come up and over for extended side angle. Inhale back through warrior two, nice and slow. Flipping that right front palm. Exhaling to reverse your warrior. So we're going to go through this flow a few times as we're practicing. Inhale back through warrior two. Exhale to extended side angle. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, flip that front palm. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. And extended side angle on the exhale. Inhale brings us back up to warrior two. And then we're going to float our hands down to our waist. Awesome. So we're going to move into a crescent lunge now. So I'm going to flip my left toes, pivot around, so I'm in a lunge. So my right knee is still staying the same as it was in warrior one and warrior two. I'm up on those back toes, really helping stretch through the bottom of our feet. Take a deep breath up here in a high crescent lunge. And then we're going to exhale down to a lower crescent lunge. So you find what feels good. Does this stretch feel good in a low crescent lunge, or are you feeling better up here? So kind of play around with it. You can even go back and forth for a little extra toning. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair or a couch, go right ahead and do so, because this pose does require some balance and depending on how your body's feeling today. So you can either do a hold or do some repetitions up and down, your choice. But staying with your breath, expanding your lungs, and then stepping forward to mountain pose. Awesome. So we're going to do that half sun salutation again. So inhaling both arms up. Exhaling, forward fold, bending at the hips, reaching towards the mat. Nice bend in that knee. Both of those knees, not just that knee, both knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings us all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. We're going to come back to the center, palms out to the side. Inhale, both arms up. Palms come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to do that whole warrior flow now on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. So our right foot's at the 45-degree angle, toes pointed out towards the side, and a bend in that front knee. So kind of situate yourself, check it out when you're in that extended warrior one pose to see if your feet in a good place for once we start moving, that your knee is stacked about over your ankle. We're going to just bring our hands to our hips to start, making sure our hips are pointed forward. Drop your shoulders down, and then inhale both arms up. Really reaching those fingertips up, holding in warrior one for a few breaths, nice and slow. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, we're going to slowly straighten that front knee and float our arms down. Inhale brings us back up into warrior one. Nice slow exhale, floating everything down, bringing that left knee to a micro bend. So go ahead and just flow on your own, nice and slowly back and forth, really concentrating on elongating that exhale, getting that nice stress release. One more time, inhale up. And then we're gonna exhale, pivot right to warrior two. So arms are coming out to a T, that back foot toes are out to the side of the mat, and our left leg is in a 90-degree angle and bent. Awesome. So gaze over those front fingertips. Inhale here, flip that front palm, exhale, reverse your warrior. Legs are staying exactly the same through our reverse warrior, our warrior two, and our side angle. So inhaling back through warrior two, exhaling side angle. So that forearm's resting on that thigh, fingertips are coming up and over. Inhale back through warrior two, flip that front palm, exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale back through warrior two, exhale side angle. Inhale warrior two, exhale reverse your warrior. So go back and forth a few times, just at your own pace, really finding what feels good here. Maybe if one position feels better than the other, hanging out there and holding for a few breaths if you want. Totally your choice. You don't always have to follow along right with me. If something feels really good, you can pause the video and just stay with it. I do that all the time when I practice on my own. Sometimes I go off the rails from the video I'm watching and just do my own thing because it's just what feels good in my body at that time. Even if you say get through halfway through this video and you're like, I'm done, then you stop it. There's no really right or wrong to your practice. Inhale back up to warrior two. We're gonna hold right here. Bring your hands to your hips, and then we're gonna step to the top of your mat into mountain, excuse me. So mountain pose, feet hips width apart. We're gonna do one more half sun salutation. So inhaling our arms up, exhaling forward fold. Inhaling halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings us back up to standing. Palms come to touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. I just realized we forgot crescent lunge on this side. So we're gonna step that right foot back again into a lunge. So find some stabilization here in your lunge, up on those toes, stretching through the bottom of that right foot. Hips are facing forward, shoulders relaxed. Option to stay here in a high crescent lunge, or bend that back knee a little bit and that front knee a little bit more into a low lunge. Option to stay here and hold, go back and forth between high and low. Whatever combination works for you right now. Another deep breath here, whatever position you're in. Stepping that right foot to meet the left foot. Awesome. All right. So we're going to work on a little balance. So back to mountain pose again. Pressing both feet into the mat, we're going to work on tree pose. So really pressing that left foot into the mat, bringing your right heel to meet the inside of your left ankle. Nice soft bend in that left knee. Right knee opens up to the side, so you're opening up through the inside of your hip and the inside of your thigh. Pressing into those right toes, feeling where your heel's meeting your ankle, and hands on your hips. So this is the first step of tree pose. Option to stay here. I'm going to show you a bunch of options, and you just find what feels good on this side of your body right now, and you can move in between the different positions or find one that you love and just hang out there for a few breaths. So lots of options, always lots of options. All right, so option to stay here, and also hand options can be on your hips, heart center, arms up to grow your tree, fingertips spread wide, really reaching towards the ceiling. Okay, so you can kind of play around with all those. Now I'm going to bring the inside of my right foot to the inside of my left calf, still keeping that right knee open. Find something to gaze at above the screen, something non-moving. Will help you with your balance, really pressing into that left foot, standing up tall. And if you wobble and falter, you just go back. If you're really wobbling here, go back on down, and then you can try again once your balance gets a little better, or maybe this is just what's best for you. Always can hold on to a chair, the wall, or something around you for stability as well. And if you're feeling very adventurous and lots of balance today, you can come all the way up into tree. So totally your option. So take a couple more breaths on this side in whatever pose feels good for you right now. And then release everything back down to mountain. Just bend your knees a little bit, kind of shake it out, give that leg a break, and we're going to move on to the other side. So pressing into that right foot, nice bend in that right knee, bringing the left heel to the inside of your right ankle, really pressing into those toes, getting a nice stretch in the bottom of the foot again. Roll your shoulders down and back. If your shoulders feel a little tight here. And remember our different hand options and then different leg options. So you can kind of play around with what feels good. There's no right or wrong right now. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. I'm just showing you the different options. Depending on the day, I do all three or just one, whatever feels good. When I was younger, I used to stand like this to blow dry my hair. I don't think I could do that anymore. I could certainly try though. Nice slow deep breaths once you find what feels good. And when you're ready, release everything down, and we're gonna go down to the mat and have a seat. And then have our soles of our feet pressing into the mat, knees up towards the sky, and our hands are gonna come forward. Palms are facing each other, but on the outside of our knees. So we're moving into boat pose. So really pressing your feet into the mat, arms by your side, relax your shoulders. And then slowly engage your core, bringing your belly button towards your spine, and roll just slightly back, but using your core to hold yourself up. So I'm engaging my core. I can still talk, I can still breathe. If you can't talk and can't breathe, release your core a little bit. If you're having no trouble talking and breathing, engage it a little bit more. So you want to be able to breathe and talk, but you should definitely still feel some heat starting to build in your core, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So nice slow breaths here as we engage our core, strengthening through our whole body, really using those toes in your feet for traction. Nice. And then we're gonna, so option to stay right here where you are. This is an awesome core exercise. If you want a little bit more, you can raise one foot up off the ground and the other. So you're balancing on your bottom, still engaging that core, hands are out. Option to also raise your hands. That's a really big challenge. I can feel it in my thighs. So find what feels good here, whichever one. You can also just raise one foot at a time and try that out. That's great for your legs, for your core. I mean, this is really working your whole body right here. Awesome. All right, relax and sit up. Relax all those upper body muscles. And now we're gonna go back all the way lying on your back. So make your way all the way down. Knees are pointed towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna lift our legs up into reverse table. So our knees are at a 90-degree angle, toes are pointed. And then we're gonna raise both hands up. So fingertips are facing towards the ceiling, palms are facing towards your knees. And we're gonna go into dead bug for our core exercise. So pressing your lower back gently into the mat, engaging your core, bringing belly button towards your spine. Take a deep breath here while you let everything settle in. And then for dead bug, my left leg's gonna lower down, right arm is gonna float back. So they can touch the ground or they can hover. And then using your core, squeeze, 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 squeeze everything back up. So we're really using our core to move our body here. And then we're switching sides, so lowering left arm, right leg. And then squeezing everything back up. So go ahead and do this on your own. Going back and then squeezing everything back up. Really just thinking about your core here. Your core is doing all the work. Your core is helping you lengthen, and then it's helping you contract back up. So again, we're really stretching and toning our whole body with this. Nice and slow. And if you need to take a break, just let your arms float down, your feet float down. Take a break for a breath or two. Join back in. Your face and neck are nice and soft and relaxed. One more on each side here. Awesome, and then drop everything back down to the mat. Great. Take a deep breath here. And close your eyes if you want. That was a lot of work. And then pressing your palms into the mat by your side, nice and gently, pressing your soles of your feet into the mat. We're gonna move into bridge pose. So we're gonna inhale, pressing through our hands, pressing through our feet, lifting the hips up slowly towards the sky, rolling up your back. And then exhale, slowly reversing it, rolling down through your spine until your lower back meets the mat again. And once everything's relaxed back down to the mat, let your glutes relax down. Let everything relax down. Inhale again up. Squeeze through your glutes, lifting your hips, rolling through your spine. And then exhale, lowering everything back down. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna move into reverse pigeon. So bringing your right ankle over your left thigh, opening up that right knee to the side, gazes up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here, or lift that left foot off the mat and grab behind that left thigh. Bringing that left thigh gently towards you. You may feel a stretch going all the way through your glutes and your thigh on this side. Relax your shoulders towards the mat. You can flex both feet. Nice slow breaths here as we start to wind down our practice. Releasing your hands, dropping that right foot down to the mat, left foot down to the mat, and switching sides. So bringing that left foot up, opening up that left knee. Option just to stay here, or lift that right foot off the mat and grab behind that right thigh. Flexing both feet, checking in with your lower back, gently pressing it into the mat. and nice slow breaths. On your next exhale, releasing those hands, dropping both feet down to the mat. Awesome. We're just going to go into a little supine twist. So we're just going to inhale and then exhale, dropping both knees over to the right. Arms are going to come out to a T and gaze over your left shoulder. So knees are twisting to the right, gaze is to the left, and arms out to a T. And just relax into this space and slow breaths. On your next inhale, bringing your knees back up to center and then dropping them over to the left. So knees can be stacked, knees can be staggered. So whatever feels good, one side, one thing may feel good, the other you might need to switch. And then gaze over that right shoulder. And close your eyes here if you'd like. And then inhale, both knees back up. Arms come back to your sides, and then send both legs long. As we settle into Shavasana, you can find a downward gaze. Close your eyes if you'd like. Arms by your side. Let your feet relax. Your arms and shoulders relax. Your forehead relaxes, and your jaw relaxes. See if your tongue is near the roof of your mouth. If it is, relax it to the bottom of your jaw. And let your breath just relax as we settle in for a couple minutes of Shavasana to end our practice. You can bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back to the room. And when you're ready, you can meet me in an easy pose seated position, or you can stay right where you are if you'd like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. Bringing your hands to heart center. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I'll see you next time.